Hey everybody, I just seen this uh, government of the United States of America plane fly over my house, and I pulled it up on Flight Tracker. Would you look at the plane? We'll get a closer look at it. Well, there's another picture of it. Look at that. It got bigger then. All right, it's making a circle around Springfield. There's the plane right there. Right there. Let's see if we can find out what kind of plane that is. Hmm. Military. United States Air Force. Interesting. Let's see what else we got going on. That's a unique looking one. Local, local. That's a local one right there. Yep. Now let's see if we can find this one that's going in a circle. There it is. U.S. government plane. A lot of planes in the air. Boy, it's making a sharp turn. Look at that. It's getting right back on that line right there. Hmm. All right, I found out a little more information about that plane. Look, it's taking a path now that will take it right over the city of Springfield, Missouri. So this is what I found out about it. Let me play this for you.
The Boeing C-40 Clipper with registration 05-0932 is a military transport aircraft operated by the United States Air Force. It is a specialized variant of the Boeing 737-700. Age, approximately 19.7 years, first flight, July 20, 2006. Primary use, high-priority personnel transport and distinguished visitor, DV, airlift for senior military and government leaders, including members of the Cabinet and Congress.
All right, I lost my sound, but I come up with a way to put it back on there while we're playing this at the same time. So what that plane did was it actually started turning and heading to the runway. If you look at that, if you open your to widescreen, you'll be able to see that there is a runway approach, and the wind was blowing out of the northeast, so that's perfect for landing. But get this, he did not land. I'm checking his speed. I'm checking the altimeter, how high he is above the ground. And he's looked like he was going to land, but he didn't. He was coming in hot. And look at it. You can see right there, he's moving. Now that's where I start going to check the altimeter, the knots, 150, 148 knots. See, so he just kept moving. I was amazed at this point what was going on. That was a confusing thing. So I kept monitoring it over time. And as we build that video, you'll see that I thought maybe he was in trouble because that is just one lap. All right, I've got it where we can see some pictures of it up close. Well, there's a picture of it up close.
The C-40B is designed to be an office in the sky for senior military and government leaders. Communications are paramount aboard the C-40B, which provides broadband data/video transmit and receive capability as well as clear and secure voice and data communication. It gives competent commanders the ability to conduct business anywhere around the world using onboard internet and local area network connections, improved telephones, satellites, television monitors, and facsimile and copy machines. The C-40B also has a computer-based passenger data system. The C-40C is not equipped with the advanced communications capability of the C-40B. Unique to the C-40C is the capability to change its configuration to accommodate from 42 to 111 passengers. Background: the Air Force selected the C-40B, a military version of the Boeing 737-700 business jet, to replace the aging fleet of C-137 aircraft for U.S. combatant commanders. The Air Force awarded the medium lift contract in August 2000. By using commercial, off-the-shelf acquisition practices and a new lease program for the C-40C model, the Air Force reached a benchmark for aircraft procurement. The C-40C was the first military aircraft to be purchased in this manner. The 201st Airlift Squadron, Washington, D.C. National Guard, acquired 2 C-40C aircraft in October 2002. The C-40C is intended to replace the aging C-22. The 89th Airlift Wing received its first C-40B aircraft in December 2002. Both units are based at Joint Base Andrews, Maryland. The 15th Airlift Wing, Joint Base Pearl Harbor, Hickam, Hawaii, acquired its C-40B for U.S. Pacific Command in February 2003. The 932D Airlift Wing, Scott Air Force Base, Illinois, received 3 C-40C aircraft in 2007.
All right, people, that's what it's doing. Let's go back to Flight Tracker and see where it's returning. It flew over the airport, right down the runway, and it was 145 knots, never touched down. So it's flying over us for a reason. All right, I'm going to stop it right now. And if anything interesting happens, I'll start it back. All right, it looks like it's getting ready to land or fly the same path it did when it went down the runway right there. He's getting on the path right now. Look at that. Ain't that something? He's going to match that same runway. Let's look and see how fast he's going. 1,000 feet. If that altitude is correct, there's no way he's going to land. Look how high he is. Look how fast he's going. 136 knots. He's almost right over the runway. Now he's over the runway. Going to go right by the tower. Hadn't changed its. Oh, it's coming down. 800. Out. All right. Is he slowing down? Yep, he's slowing down. He's fixing to land, evidently. 129. No, he increased his speed. He's pulling up. He's pulling up. Look. He's taking back off. 1,000 feet. He got 800 feet above the airport, and then he's taking back off. Almost 2,000 feet now and climbing. His speed is 156, 163 knots, and he's already making a turn. Would you look at that? All right, let's see what he's going to keep doing. Okay, as you can see, he's making the plane get right back on this same line. Or is he? Yep, he's turning right back on that line. It's not perfect, but he's shooting for that same direction and that same azimuth. So if that's the case, he'll get down here and he'll turn and go right back at the runway one more time. Never seen anything like this with a government plane that's got that much credibility. Let's remind ourselves what it does.
The C-40B/C provides safe, comfortable, and reliable transportation for U.S. leaders to locations around the world. The C-40B's primary customers are the combatant commanders, and the C-40C customers include members of the Cabinet and Congress. The aircraft also performs other operational support missions. The C-40B/C is based upon the commercial Boeing 737-700 business jet. The body of the C-40 is identical to that of the Boeing 737-700, but has winglets. Both models have state-of-the-art avionics equipment, integrated GPS and flight management system/electronic flight instrument system, and a heads-up display. Heading the safety equipment list is the traffic collision avoidance system and enhanced weather radar. The aircraft is a variant of the Boeing next generation 737-700 and combines the 737-700 fuselage with the wings and landing gear from the larger and heavier 737-800. The basic aircraft has auxiliary fuel tanks, a specialized interior with self-sustainment features, and managed passenger communications.
Wow, he is making that path to get right back on the runway again. All right, we learned a little bit about the plane from reading that. Let's continue reading.
The C-40B is designed to be an office in the sky for senior military and government leaders. Communications are paramount aboard the C-40B, which provides broadband data/video transmit and receive capability, as well as clear and secure voice and data communication. It gives competent commanders the ability to conduct business anywhere around the world using onboard internet and local area network connections, improved telephones, satellites, television monitors, and facsimile and copy machines. The C-40B also has a computer-based passenger data system. The C-40C is not equipped with the advanced communications capability of the C-40B. Unique to the C-40C is the capability to change its configuration to accommodate from 42 to 111 passengers. Background: the Air Force selected the C-40B, a military version of the Boeing 737-700 business jet, to replace the aging fleet of C-137 aircraft for U.S. combatant commanders. The Air Force awarded the medium lift contract in August 2000. By using commercial, off-the-shelf acquisition practices and a new lease program for the C-40C model, the Air Force reached a benchmark for aircraft procurement. The C-40C was the first military aircraft to be purchased in this manner. The 201st Airlift Squadron, Washington, D.C. National Guard, acquired 2 C-40C aircraft in October 2002. The C-40C is intended to replace the aging C-22. The 89th Airlift Wing received its first C-40B aircraft in December 2002. Both units are based at Joint Base Andrews, Maryland. The 15th Airlift Wing, Joint Base Pearl Harbor, Hickam, Hawaii, acquired its C-40B for U.S. Pacific Command in February 2003. The 932D Airlift Wing, Scott Air Force Base, Illinois, received 3 C-40C aircraft in 2007.
All right, he's flying right over the same runway. He's 800 feet in the air above the runway, 850 feet. His speed is 128 knots. Now he's going to be accelerating and climbing. He did not land. Look at that. Ain't that something? 5,000. This little plane is at 5,000. He's at 1,000, almost 2,000. It's almost, one of them's above him. Look at it. That's where they connect. He's right above that pattern. He's turning to come back around for another loop. That's an American airline flight right there. Bentonville to New York. Wow. All right, this is what we're doing. We're coming back around to make another lap. I don't know why that's happening, but it's interesting. I was actually laying out in the sun looking up, you know, when I seen it go over, I could hear it before I seen it. And it wasn't very high. It was maybe 2,000 feet in the air like he is right now. He's 2,400 feet in the air. I could tell it was a government plane by the blue paint and the markings along the window's edge. Just didn't know what it was until I looked it up. And that's when I decided to cut on the software that allows me to track it. I should say website software, Flightradar24. If you never used it, now's a good time to start getting used to how it works and use it. And then you'll know what's flying over your house. When you see a unique plane, you'll know it. There's a little one taking off right there. See how he took off? Now this is the big one. He's coming back around for another pass. Quite a few pictures of this plane out there. There's one showing the cabin. Maybe it's that, yeah, Clipper. It says VIP. Say no to new Congress. That's a beautiful plane. Look at it. Ain't that pretty? You can learn a lot about airplanes using this tracking app on the 24 Flight Tracker 24 live air traffic all over the world too. It ain't just in the United States. Let me pull out and show you how much traffic is in this local area. Look at that. If that don't make you go, wow, I don't know what would. Look at them just coming in. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's zoom back in on where we were. It gets off track a little bit and you have to find it. There we are. Once you know your local area, you can zoom in and find everything you're looking for. There's an American airline going to Chicago. There he is back coming down the runway right now. Let's see, 1,200, 400 feet. 146 knots. And these little small planes, got to see them up close probably. All right, people, I'm going to show you the difference in this altitude. How high is he? Hell, that plane is flying. He's 30,000 feet in the air. And how fast is he going? 457 knots. And that's flying. Look how fast he's getting out of there. That's the one going to Chicago. Austin to Chicago. You see it right there? Where I'm talking about. He's flying. What little plane right there is going to be way underneath him. All right, he's coming around for another turn. Let's see if he lines up with this pattern, and then I'm going to cut it off. That's about all I need to know and show you. All right, he didn't match the pattern, so he's going to a new location. Let's see how fast he's accelerating now. 2,600 feet. That's still really low over this area. His speed is 221 knots. He's definitely accelerating. And don't know where he's going from here, but it's been interesting, hadn't it? Now that's where he came from.
Belleville.
And that's probably where he's going back to. There's an Air Force base in that area. All right. I hope I showed you something that you might get interested in. The Flight Tracker 24 is a really good way to see the planes that are flying above you when you want to know. You just go there. All right. Thank y'all for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. Keep coming back.